Okay, I reload. Live. Ah! I see. Yeah, that looks like Konus. That looks like Konus.
Streamlabs only lets me show my game screen in this stream if I'm running it as an administrator, which is a bit of a pain. And sometimes even then it doesn't like to do it. Alrighty, so... So, Great Hall, over by the Romulan ambassador by any chance?
Yeah, enter the Great Hall, turn right,
Oh.
and there you see Lieutenant Quan. Yeah. Left guy.
Got him.
That one. Yeah, the friendly Klingon.
From Klingon temporal intelligence.
Aha, I can't unlock it yet, apparently. Or, well, let's see. It's grayed out for other rewards, however. Let's try this.
A full inventory means you cannot claim anything. Overflow bag. Yeah, of course.
Get rid of some junk here.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's sort those puppies up.
I am Lieutenant Quan.
Nope, it's still grayed out, so I need to get to level 20.
What do you require from Klingon temporal intelligence?
Okay, so you are kitten yet. Okay.
Yes, I'm still a kitten. Let's do one thing. I've got a ton of junk in there. Is there anything I actually want to keep? Let's keep you. Let's do a bunch of salvage there. Good, now I've got some space. Much better. Yeah, I did not play this weekend to speak of. Yeah, I'm only level 13, Marhawkman. I went to actually visit my husband, which I realized silly of me. Go spend time with the family. Spent most of yesterday with Farnsworth, if anybody remembers Farney.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, he came over and we attempted to make homemade lasagna. I think I've got all my toys from here, though. Yes, I've picked up all of my things I can claim so far. But I will work on her tonight. Maybe. Ooh, I didn't know I had that to do. All right, what shall we do today? Good morning, Rasul. How are you? Good morning, Kadargo. So
well, I have interesting things like 2 captains on ground.
Aha.
And then it's Terran ships and Tholians on Nukara, so nothing.
I have
that.
3 dreadnoughts and some Tholian ships.
Okay, that I think we can set up a little bit of pew-pew missions from that. Like 3 dreadnoughts. Okay, plenty dreadnoughts in Hive Onslaught. That could be one.
I could totally
Captains on ground, calls like Pavo Descension.
Pavo Dissension's one. Actually, the opening ground sequence of Home is also good for captains. Those first 2, not the aggressors, the overseers, both count as captains too.
Yeah.
Or we could do Pavo Dissension.
Pavo Descendant mathematics. It's like
You just like Pavo Dissension.
Yes. Just let me first do some. Okay.
If we're going to do Hive Onslaught, I'd rather go Federation just because this ship is, Rasul, this ship is your ship. is better equipped to do Hive Onslaught than my other ships are, but for everything else, I'm pretty open.
Okay, so for Hive Onslaught. Okay, so it will be at number 1 for... Oh, I know who will do Hive Onslaught with you.
Actually, on my other account, I also have 2 Borg TFOs.
Two Borg TFOs,
yes.
yeah, okay.
But of course, it means I've got Dreadnoughts over here on this account and Borg TFO over there. So push comes to shove, I'll just run a couple more ISIS. Okay. Oh my god, the ISIS have been bad. Ugh.
Okay, so how about making... okay, first the Hive Onslaught thing.
Okay.
I would say... I have a friendly... Oh, this will be Scotchy in his... just logging on. Have to beam up to see if everything is in place yet.
Okie doke. I'll send you an invitation, but let me know, and then I'll queue. I haven't done that. Marhawkman suggests, or says, I hunt down the named captains and the captain rank mechs in the Voth BZ. If you have to get 6, there's not really a fast way. Everything takes a little bit of time. It's pretty easy to do it on Nimbus, but honestly, it gets boring to do it the same way every time.
Of course, Nimble Dyson Sphere is good for the Wasp Battle Zone, and Captain's Rank when you go to the King of the Hill points where you stay, and the Polyanax suits,
yes,
which beam down to shove you away, are Captain Rank. So Dyson is it's rather simple to get those on Dyson, but where's the action, where's the challenge, and it's...
Well, it's like I'm constantly getting my daily as kill 10, 10 Voth,
and
10
one
anything.
more thing.
It's boring.
Yeah, and one more thing. As recruit, I have to fight Terrans anyway with my Klingons. So Pavo Dissension is just the perfect solution for this, doing 2 things same time.
Absolutely.
Okay, but Scotchy is ready.
Alrighty, let me queue us up for a little Hive Onslaught here. No, that's the things, Russell. I would like to have some more challenge in some of these, except for the last 2 episodes. Those have had a fair amount of ground challenge. Wee woo?
Wee woo.
Wee woo. Marhawkman, here's the easy way to get those big name dinos like the Rex. Go in grossly underpowered with an inadequate team. You'll find them every single time because they're going to kill you. They're smart. They wait for the really criminally underpowered ones to do it. Voila. My magic always works.
Yeah, doing something, pretending to have something else you would like. Yeah.
Well, Razul, I don't disagree with you. Playing a different tune while it's fun sometimes takes away the joy of having an effective build. And because of the length, it's not one I'm going to regularly go to. Even for this, I thought it would be my standby and just get it done and turn it in.
Of violent clarity. You will have strength of purpose. You do not need me. This vessel, and I will claim another. You could be so much more.
Aww. Poor Scotchy. Bright light. Well, that definitely covered my dreadnoughts. Okay, and I'm going to go over and address something that's going on in chat here, which is the whole thing about playing as Jaula and trying to play those missions on Elite.
Not as Jaula.
Yeah, the whole point in my thinking process is that we spend time and money developing our builds for our characters so we know their strengths and their weaknesses, and therefore letting us play as a different character with a preset build and preset weapons, while it's fun once, it's actually kind of self-defeating in the purpose of the game, because all the time and effort we've put into building us up disappears and we can't make it better.
However, it's two things. It's kind of entertainment,
It is if it's fun.
and really, I have no trouble in this having an episode where I play something totally different.
I don't have a problem with it as long as it remains fun. And in order for it to be fun, it has to be a winnable scenario, even if that means I occasionally have to use my brains as opposed to just trusting in my equipment. That's totally good.
Yeah.
But if it gets to be an unwinnable one, i.e. they're trying to play on Elite and it's all but unwinnable, because you can't upgrade your equipment, you can't change things, you are stuck with the presets.
Yeah, but why is there a need to play such a mission in Elite?
Because people are like that. And if you're going to offer an Elite option, you should make it a scenario that can be won on Elite with brains and the equipment.
Not necessarily.
Well, what would be the purpose of offering an Elite if it can't be won?
In this case, for those who play Elite, for those few people who do this, really put the programming effort in, paying for, the many pay for the needs of the few. Sorry, no. Not when it comes to mission, especially in a situation where people are really working to make the basic missions work, and you first get them a way of bug. Now you want 3 versions of it of such a mission available for the advanced players and for the elite players.
Well, if you don't want to put the effort into making them where they're playable, don't offer it. You know, with a lot of the other ones, they only offer it on normal. Why not make the same option
Missions
here?
on normal
Okay,
only?
not TFO. I'm talking TFOs. But if you're going to offer a mission on Elite, then it needs to be possible through either skill or equipment or both that it can be won. Otherwise, there's no point.
My question is, in Elite mode. Okay. I think it's just a matter of respawns you are willing to suffer to get through it. But it's really no. The thing is to play one thing that makes a good player. He knows what he can do.
Yes.
And so the mission behaves in a way, is set up in a way that it works fine in normal, and gets maybe winnable in advanced, and probably no way in elite within the amount of time you are going to spend. But in this case, you know how the mission is, so pick it at the level you are able to play it.
Ed, well, I understand what you're saying. A lot of people like the challenge of playing on a more difficult level because they've tried to develop themselves to be that level of player.
Yeah, and now again, this time have a skill and play it in normal in a totally different setup.
I'm sure they have to play it as normal, or at least in as advanced, because it can't be played as elite, which is how they play their other ground missions.
This is a kind of looking for trouble where I see no trouble. Sorry.
I totally see why people have got the issue. I don't play on elite. I do know my levels. But my point is, you can't upgrade Jaula's equipment or her skill set to make it playable on elite because of your knowledge and your expertise, which makes it into, I'm going to play it one time through to get it done, and I'm probably not going to go back and turn that into one of the better episodes. Versus, let's say, Quark's Lucky 7. It is possible. It's better written content, in my opinion, in terms of enjoyment. Not that there's anything wrong with these last two. They're fine. They've got good storylines. I just think Quark's was better written. But even on Elite, it is winnable. You have to use your brains to get around it, and it's not just a slaughter fest. It's a philosophical difference. If you're going to make a game out there, you should make it possible to win it by doing something. Like I said, buy better equipment, not doable on Jaula. Better skill set, not possible on Jaula. The only thing you can do with her is use the equipment and the skills that they've given her. So it comes down to your ability to figure out if there is a way around it, i.e., is there a trick? Do you have to duck behind this? Do you have to do this, that, or the other in order to win it on Elite?
Well, if you want to play it in Elite, maybe that's the challenge, find the way. I didn't look for the way, and currently I see a big many impatient people who want to rush.
Well, duh. Yeah, of course you do.
And
I
that
want
means
instant satisfaction.
And in many ways, that might keep them from. I have not tried I have not tried the advanced stuff and the later stuff because I know it's a damn hard thing.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I got through it on advanced by mistake, but I will say an hour into it, I was rather frustrated.
Yeah, it's but however, finally, it's not that's not an issue I would like to follow.
Okay.
I don't like such discussions about certain difficulty levels, especially when it comes to the just cinematic things like Jaula. It's for me. It's more that's a thing of cinematic stuff. Like I never considered to go at higher difficulty to Quark's Lucky 7 because that was just as cinematic as I could imagine.
Well, I loved Quark's Lucky 7. It was really well written, in my opinion. I liked the story. I liked the mechanics of what they were doing, and you knew you were going to win it because these are characters that we know, but they made it enjoyable the whole way through. Even if sometimes you got yourself killed, it never felt like there wasn't a way to win it. It just took a little bit of, maybe I need to wait a second here, duck behind that, wait for this guy to pass, blah, 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 blah. But it was doable. Mark Hockman says, yeah, the trick for me was to stand outside the room that the game direction says you should be inside. So, yeah. Game mechanics. But you're right, if this is not a convo you want to have, we don't have to have this convo. We could go kill things instead.
I would... let's give... know what? Blame it to the Terrans and we're gonna shoot them.
You said you wanted to go on Klingons for the Terrans, correct? Alrighty, let me go grab
Not
Ekman.
my...
Who shall we see? Kefsa? Nah, we'll take Kefla. I think we'll take Kefla today. Alrighty, let me send Ekmat an invitation. Go.
Ah, there it is.
There we
In
go.
order to restore her faith,
And I shall... Whoops, let me make sure I got all my toys on. I got my toys, okay. You said Papa Dissension, correct?
Yeah.
Wee woo!
Wee woo. Dum, dum, dum. The turns are late today.
Imperial Terran were great.
Alright, who have we got here? Tamla.
Yeah.
Tebow. And Xanther 2. Oh. When we're done here, I have something to show you. The one thing that kind of bugs me about the story is that... Well, I'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, no spoiling.
Yep, we'll talk about that one eventually. Alright, let's see who's going where. There we go. Where shall we go? Under the waterfall? Oh,
Waterfall already too, so let's go up and left.
up and left it is.
I bring the desert. Ha.
Terran reinforcements have arrived. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Poor legs.
Yeah.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Is it me, or is this taking a fair amount of time?
The crystal has been
There we go.
purified. Advance to the next one. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Someone has decided to leave?
Could be something else.
Yeah.
They may magically reappear.
Oh, yeah. That's the other thing.
I'm having less of
I
a
had
problem
rubber
with it.
banding in sector space this morning when I did the global endeavor,
A placed crystal is under attack.
and it was really rubber bending.
Really?
Yeah. Someone has decided to join us rather than his mate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he was mated with the other.
Yeah, I will. I'm going to help Tamla
Okay,
and
go ahead.
Top. So, oh,
Go-
Wayne is.
Oh, wait. Wayne
Okay,
wasn't
we are
with
5
us.
again.
Okay. Wayne's new.
Wayne is new, yeah. So,
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Thanks, Razul. I wasn't aware I was doing that. It looks like Tamla's still on her own, though. And Wayne is... I don't know what Wayne's doing.
okay. I think you are fine with.
Yes, we're fine.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Especially as even more people seem to join.
I know, Wayne's over here now. Yeah, go ahead and help Tamla
Holy
out.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Oh, great, yeah.
Transport to tactile. There, and now gonna help. Gonna help out in the waterfall.
Okay. That's interesting.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Um,
How are you doing?
it's working.
Okay. Yeah, we are not progressing very quickly. This is really weird.
Yeah.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
That will be just 2 crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. Do we have complete? Yeah. It looks so. Just progressing slowly.
Yeah.
A placed
It
crystal
is
under
super
attack.
slow on
Defend
this
it.
one. Well, like it commented earlier, it felt like that first one was slow to progress as well.
Yeah.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Nope, nope, nope. I'm not trying to walk into that. Goodness.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Nice.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Okay.
Yeah. Progress is definitely slower than usual. I think
That's just weird.
factor of it's half speed. Half
Yeah.
speed.
Well, that happened once before. Do you want me to come join you? There's only 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it's does not give us anything cause well, it's progressing.
I've never seen it this slow. Even when we've had a bad team.
Yeah, yeah, when the crystals get destroyed every other minute or so, but
That
but this
didn't happen the
is
first time around. This happened during the breach event once, where you could not progress.
Well done. Looks like the Terrans are retreating. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
There we go.
Reading Terran transporter signals near the spire. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Heads up. The Terrans didn't return to...
okay. Here is it. time to beat the Terrans for that too. I'm pretty sure they did some sabotage. Always blame the NPCs.
It's not us, it's them.
Yeah.
I don't have my flaming targs, I just realized that.
Oh.
Forgot to put on this one. Keep sending their poor little ensigns up here.
Well, they sent ensigns and I sent bugs.
Get ready. The Terrans are sending in their
Tranzuli.
elite forces.
Good morning, Lowlife Cat. How are you today? Ooh, didn't realize it was so late.
Hi there.
Who have we got today? Orinoco.
The rumors are true. An inferior universe, ripe for conquest. True.
Sorry, what was that?
Ian Kwan is.
You've already lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Glad this
Looks
place
like the
is a
Terrans have given up.
pile of
Well, not our finest run on that one.
Well, but,
I think that was a little bugged.
yeah.
Yes, I had heard that about the Patchmar Hawkman, about the constant red alert. So your cloaks weren't functioning, if I remember correctly. Or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, things like staying cloaked permanently, suddenly cloak cannot be disabled, and so it does not go off even if you do an action that would disable it.
Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Let's see, I have got...
Okay, no problem. I see you didn't hit the cam.
I turned my head. So sneezing directly on the camera. Hey, how would you feel about a ISA on KDF?
Rasul, one on this thing in the Pavo dissensions we've just been in. It takes 90 seconds for the last for the last group of crystals to get healed, and we have been there. Crystals constantly been up, and we have been barely above 50% after 2 minutes. So
Something was
yes,
wrong there.
maybe team was not smartest, but the TFO was bugged.
Yeah, on that first one you could tell because normally we're out of there in a little over a minute. And we were in there a good 2+ minutes, and it was you and me, so wasn't seeing us lose the crystals, and just kept spawning and never progressing. So, Ed, would you be up to a quick ISA on KDF?
Yes, of course.
All right, let me switch over. second here. Let me pull that over there. Because then I will have to go thaw my car out. Hopefully it'll start today. It was 2 when I got home last night. Not 2 a.m., 2 degrees.
Yeah. Have also a record when Fahrenheit is in the plus ranges, it still means water can be frozen,
Yes,
because
yes.
you're this based on salt water
Do you know
scales.
what the original reason they did 0 to 100 is? They just came up with arbitrary numbers. Excuse me, 0 to 212. He came up with kind of an arbitrary scale and arbitrary numbers and threw in some other stuff and didn't really quantify it, and just that became the scale and we stuck with it for some stupid reason.
It's kind. I think Fahrenheit scale is based on saltwater freeze and cooking.
Yeah, but where did they get the 0 from? Because saltwater doesn't
Or
necessarily
maybe
freeze
kind
at
of an, maybe kind of an, or maybe kind of certain alcohol. That is something to research. However, I think at that time it has been the only working thing. So people just, and of course, if I recall, we have, no, we have Fahrenheit there. It's a place.
Well, I'm not saying that 0 to 100 isn't logical, Russell, and that was logically done. It's what the heck did they do to come up with this one for Fahrenheit? We're doing ISA. ISA was working fine this morning, so hopefully it's not bugged. There we go. We are queued for ISA.
Yeah.
The thing is, I remember the story of how he came up with the scale for measuring or coming up with Fahrenheit. And it was really arbitrary and weird and wee-woo. And I'll have to go look it up. It's been a long time since I read that. Yeah, that could be it, Mar Hawkman. The average human body temperature was 100. So how he came up with the 212, who knows? There was no machining of that original prototype. This is... Fahrenheit dates back how far? Dates back to 1686, so machining is not only imprecise, it was non-existent. It is facetious, of course.
Oh, we have Lowlife Cat with us.
Oh, how awesome is that? Lowlife Cat, thank you.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Gun. Additional data is available.
And to quickly dispel a myth, the human body is not 98.6. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. It's just what it is. But if it starts going over 100, then you start having some issues. Or you're aware that there's an issue. Good morning, Pi.
The nanite probes can repair the transformers. Stop them.
It was lasagna last night, Pi, so obviously tonight is leftover lasagna. Seriously, we're on the gateway already? Wow.
Yeah.
So yes, Borg for breakfast, lasagna for dinner. Actually, it was Dreadnoughts for breakfast, but that's a different story. Oops, we lost Lucifer.
Sensors confirm that the
All right, not bad. Okay, to answer that question. The original paper suggests the lower defining point 0 was established as the freezing temperature of a solution of brine made from a mixture of water, ice, ammonium chloride. The other limit established was his best estimate of the average human body temperature. And he 96 degrees, and he set a point at 32 degrees to be the temperature of ice water. So in other words, kind of just pulled things out of his butt. Okay, yeah, because we always measure weird stuff. Augie was in that run, Lola? Oh my gosh, Augie was in there too. Well, no wonder I didn't have anything to shoot at.
Oh.
That explains a lot. But it also means I have to go to work. So I'm going to log off here on behalf of the Darkmom Consortium. I want to thank everyone who put up with my breathing into the mic, our interesting discussion about philosophy of game styles and game mechanics, and
Yes.
everybody being here today in that really less than impressive Pavo. But it wasn't entirely our fault.
Well, it was kind of okay. I think somehow Q was involved in this because
that would explain it all.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, you have to say goodbye for us so that I can leave for work.
So everybody have a good start into the weekend and stay awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.